All right, I'm live now. It's day 2 of my live streaming, and let's get this show on the road. So yesterday was my first live streaming session. I started synthesizing basic sounds using Python. Today I want to sort of expand on this, and my goal for today is to sort of get a buffer and callback system up so that I can change music real time and uh, modify it as I go. So let's start with what I did yesterday. So now this function here is where I ran into a lot of problems yesterday, because since it has to go through every element in the list and do this if-else-if comparison for the pitch, it didn't really work as well as I was hoping. So let's see if we can make some modifications to change this. About that. So let's try another approach. Rather than doing this with let's try a step function. Okay, so let's break down what this is doing. So what this step function does is, if I can show you here, -3 to +3 maybe. A step function basically is 0 for x less than 0, or 0 for x less than 0, and 1 for x greater than or equal to 0, the way I've defined it here. And so what I'm trying to do with this piano pitch shift thing is get it to pitch shift the right chords for me. So your major 1 is the bass frequency, which is a ratio of 1. A major 5th is exactly 3/2 of the bass frequency. A major 4th is 4/3 of the bass frequency. And I'm trying to get this pitch shift function to alternate between the major 1, major 5, and major 4 in the appropriate order here. So my goal here is to have it go from major 1 to 5, back to 1, then to 4, then to 5, then back to 1. Play it. Sound. Okay. Now let's put the whole thing together. I want to make that bass line a little bit more prominent. So let's okay, coming together here. Let's see. So let's take those and say my first loop. Okay, so step one, our cleanup. Mark that off my to-do list. We'll maybe clean up more later. Next thing that I want to be doing here is I want to set up a callback system. So the purpose of this callback system is to get my sound to consistently loop this over and over until I basically tell it to stop. So here we go. So let's take a look at my docs over here. I can pull my docs up. Basically, we're going to use this sound device stream. We're going to set the duration. We've already got that. Basically, is our loop duration. And what we want to do is open a stream with a callback function that fills the buffer with some data, sleeps for duration, and plays it again. Finally got it to do what I wanted it to do, and it only took an hour and a half. Let's clean up some of this a little bit here. Notice oh, okay. So since it's calling the callback, which goes through my create basic loop function, as I alter this basic loop function, I can remix it as it's playing. And it gets updated each time it refills the call or refills the buffer. So I can dynamically change what's going on as it's playing. Like say I want to take my snare and just decrease the volume of the snare. I can so I can not just play the loop, but I can modify it in real time. And this goes for any of my other functions as well. So let's say I wanted to take my piano loop, make my piano a little bit louder. But let's say I wanted to alter my chord progression. Maybe instead of this current progression, which is, 1 5 1 4 5, I can reverse that and get a blues if I modify my functions here. So that'll take up 1/3, down 1/3, up 1/2, down 1/6. So now I should get more of a blues. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I've got a piano, I've got a bass, I've got a snare. Let's see if I can create something a little more edgy. Okay, so next step, let's start with an attack, decay, sustain, release envelope. One last thing we need to do today, licensing. I've been trying to think about what I want to do for a license here. So, I was thinking about going with the MIT license. Okay. So now all I have to do is figure out a way to add melodies, which is my task for tomorrow, I guess. All right, I think I'm going to call it a night. We will stop there and pick up tomorrow, if I'm on tomorrow, maybe not. Okay, well, thanks for watching.